if a guy who hasn't eaten in 2 days fights against someone who ate like an hour ago, of course the first one will fight way harder for the food, since deprivation equals motivation. And a great example for this has literally happened to me 10 minutes ago while I was finishing the script for this video. Because I kinda played around with my Apple Pencil a bit, like I just spin it around a little while I was thinking, and then I just pushed it to the side and finished writing my script. And then once I finished, I was looking for my Apple Pencil and I was like, where is it? Where is it? Why? I just had it in my hands. I know it. I did not just lose over 100 euros just because I was not paying attention, right? I really have to find it now. And after 10 minutes of not finding it, I proceeded to flip my mattress over and, well, I found it in the end because it was actually in my mattress. And the second example I have for this is like more professional, since it's by Alex Hermosi. Basically, it says that there are two guys, right? One who's making like 1k a month, and that's like enough to kind of feed and live for himself, right? He sets a goal to make 3,000 euros a month, since he wants to also provide for his parents, right? For his mom and for his dad. And he thinks that 1k for each of them is enough. And then there's another guy who's making 1 million euros a month, and other people around him are making 10 million a month. And so he also wants to make 10 euro. And I'm tired, okay? I'm fucking tired, okay? And so he also wants to make 10 million euros a month. Now, who do you think is more deprived? The answer is, it's guy number 2, because guy number 1 is 33% the way of his goal, while the second guy is only 10% there. So percentage-wise, the second guy's acceptable baseline is way higher, which is why he's working way harder. The acceptable baseline is just the standard that you hold yourself up to. So in this example, let's again take the guy who wants to make 10 million a month. So basically every cent he makes above 10 million is a success for him, since he wants to make at least 10 million. And anything below 10 million for him is unacceptable. And it's really important to have a high baseline for yourself, since on hard days you go back to your baseline. So let's again take the guy with the 10 million a month goal, and let's say he has already achieved that goal. Now anything he makes that is above 10 million is a good month for him. But let's say he's having a difficult month, then he will go back to his baseline, which is in his case 10 million. And I think actually that's why I made so much progress in my self-improvement journey, because my baseline was like the people that I consumed content of, so people like Hamza and Iman Gaji. So my baseline was like at the top, while I was like at the bottom, so I worked super hard to get at least closer right here. And normal people, like their baseline was like probably a little bit above where they are, so like they were here, and so their baseline is right here, and my baseline is right here. And technically I failed because I have not achieved it yet. I have still made more progress than the people whose goal was like right here, even if they have achieved their goal, right? And I have failed my goal. I'm still higher than they are because my baseline is just, or was just that much higher. Because most people's acceptable baseline is like pretty low, you know, they are fine with working in a minimum wage job, having some instant fun, so playing video games, social media and so on, and getting some pussy. That's literally all it takes for them to not want to improve anymore. And I was actually the same too, because when I was talking with a friend of mine, he told me that after each summer he felt like a different person, because he went through so many changes, such immense changes. And that was even before he found out about self-improvement. But when I think back to my time before self-improvement, I didn't really change. I mean, of course I had some small changes here and there, but mostly I stayed the same, since I was fine with that kind of a life, you know, just playing video games. I was just average, you know, I was fine with that. Until I, of course, discovered self-improvement. Having a good, acceptable baseline is also important, because let's say you right now and the guy who has your dream physique swap bodies. His baseline is at the like 10 out of 10 physique, right? So when he enters your body, he will be like, what the fuck? What is wrong with my body? And he will work like he still has that 10 out of 10 physique, since anything under that is unacceptable for him. And when you enter his body, you'll be like, damn, I got my dream physique now. But your baseline is still like at the bottom. Your current physique, if it's like at around mine, then it's 1 to 4 out of 10. So you won't work as hard as him, since your baseline is way below. And you'll still be happy even if you with your dream physique slowly lose muscles, as long as it's not below your baseline. And then I also have some motivating shit for you. So let's say you and a friend both go like underwater and hold your breath to see who can hold it longer. And you both are competitive as fuck, so you both go until you almost pass out. And when you go back to the surface, you want nothing more than to breathe, right? You don't care about anything else. And if you want to be successful as bad as you want to breathe in that moment, then you will be successful. Because most people only kinda wanna be successful. They rather want to go to some party, have some fun, or just be, you know, the cool kid. They'd rather be all of that than be successful. Because being successful is not as easy as those other things. And actually, looking back on like the last year, I've kinda lost my fire for making money. Like, I've focused on other things, like for example fitness and improving my mental health, which is of course also fine, but not if you want to make money, you know. And I think actually money has dropped on my priority list ever since I've worked in a mini job, because now I have like, you know, a decent sum. But before I had a mini job, I wanted to make money way more than I do right now. So you should also sit down and think about what your priorities are right now, and especially if your actions in the last few weeks or even months have resonated with these priorities. If you've actually been doing what you say your priorities are, or if you've been bullshitting yourself. So take action.